Hello, my friends. Welcome to Vern, the Jack of all trades. This is series one of a two-part series of the installation of Pergo Outlast Waterproof Laminate Flooring. This is my how-to channel where I'm going to be working on different things and I'm going to show you exactly how I get it done. And you can do the same around the house. So flooring. Starting with flooring. If you can see down there, that's the old floor that was put down. We ripped it all up except for those little pieces, which we'll take out. As you can see here, there was some wood rot, whether it was oil, water, or what, I don't know, but I walked across here after the project was done and just went right through. So obviously I have to change that out. That will be easy for me. And I'll show you how that's done as I go along with it. To talk a little bit about the recording gadget that I have set up is basically my iPhone. When I was gonna start this channel, I said, well, to my wife, how am I gonna record this? I can't be working and then, you know, holding a phone or a camera in one hand while working. So she inspired me when she told me, well, you're a handyman, so you figure it out. So it's kind of what I went back to the lab and did, was figured it out. And I'll tell you how I got this this thing to work the way I want it to work, so that I can take you along on these projects. So we're gonna do subflooring. I'm gonna rip out that piece that broke. I'm gonna go all the way across and replace everything in that area because it's oil or water, and I gotta get rid of that. And then I'll clean up all the edges along here, get rid of all of that. And then we'll put down a piece of plywood similar to this, what we have here, a piece of plywood all the way throughout. And then we'll put down tiles, okay? So I'll show you the whole project as we go along. All right? Okay. So folks, I kind of went ahead and made the decision that what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take out the piece that has the significant damage. I'm not gonna take out all the wood because it doesn't make sense for me and for what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna be putting another sheet of plywood on top of this. So if we can find the center, if I can find the center of the wood that's under here. It's a thick piece of wood under here, so we'll make that the center. This is the edge right here. You can see it right here. See that? I'm gonna go just short, just a little bit shy of where the nails are in here. I really don't want to disturb those. There should be enough of a bite of wood. If you look in here, you can see this. The beam is pretty thick. Okay, wait a minute. And here we go. Okay, let's take care of one side. Let's do the other side. Okay, so you see that? And I can bet you this will come right up, because we already know it's rotten. Look at that. Incredible. Okay. So let me go get my replacement piece. We'll put that in. Okay guys, so the first cut was a bit unorthodox. So I'm not going to show you that cut, how I did that. I've been doing this for a very long time, so yes, safety first, but I'm in a tight space and that piece of wood was kind of long, so I made an off-seam cut. This cut I'll show you. This is pretty straightforward as well. So let's get this piece cut. Get this out the way as well. So this is going to be the part, folks, where we secure the plywood to the beams. So it should be basically zip, 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 and we're done, right? Let's give ourselves another look so we can see what's underneath. Yeah, I think we should get rid of that. All that dust. Yeah, we're moving along too fast. Let me get rid of all that dust. Okay, much, much better. There's only so much we can vacuum up without removing the insulation. So now we can put these down. So I like to put the screws because the screws will give it more of a seal, more of a pulling action. I think it needs that, especially when we're dealing with old material. I'm gonna turn up the power on that. Okay, I think that's good. Let's put one here. Okay. Let's put one here. Let's go here. And again, you don't have to worry too much because we're going to be going on top with another plywood, sheet of plywood over the whole thing. So that's not going anywhere. It's good. Okay. So guys, I wanted to show you just how I cut the sides, that extra piece. So let me put my gloves back on. I don't want to go, or I didn't want to go through the whole process, but I'm going to show you the trick that I'm using because it's been challenging. If you can see the damage up here, that's because I tried to use the Sawzall to cut off the edge, and the Sawzall was just digging into the wall. It has a protective piece around the blade, and it was just digging into the wall, so I couldn't go that route. So if you can see underneath here, if I use this and just chisel my way in deep enough, it'll just, or it has been cracking for me right where it needs to crack. Okay, looks like I'm not going to be that lucky anymore. So if you can see here, I had to cut with the Sawzall, but kind of been breaking it, you know, chiseling in and breaking it up, and it's just been right underneath the stud, the metal track that's under here. So it looks like that's not working for me now. Let me try over here and see, just to make sure. I may have to go back to the Sawzall. Okay, so yeah, I may have to go back to using the Sawzall. So see, in this case, I was able to get under there, but too many little chips and dips and chips. I'm gonna have to go back to cutting it with the Sawzall. But you guys get the point. You do what works for you in your case. They got tools that cut alongside the trim here. Would have been good for me if I had one, but I don't. So I gotta deal with the consequences. So I really need to just, I don't have to get under where the sheetrock is. This is good what I did here. So if I can do this again here, let's try this. Okay, so looks like there's hope. As long as you have hope. Okay, so that'll work. That'll work for me. So trust me, it's better than dealing with the Sawzall. I'll just continue to do it this way. And like I said, you do what's gonna work best for your case. I know for me, on my next project like this, I'll have the saw that cuts along the edges. And I kind of recommend it. But again, for me, this for just this project, I'm not going to go out and buy one of those saws. So yeah, I'm gonna continue dealing with this challenge, and then this will help me pick it up. Okay, so I just need to get right where I'm getting right to the edge of where the sheetrock falls here, kind of straight down. So I think this is all good back here. I want to continue that along the wall. So I'll go a little extra here. Another thing that's if it's a challenge, I'll just use the hammer to pick it up like that. See that? And that's perfect. That's all I need. All right, so I'll come back to you when I've completed this phase of the project. So again, it's kind of been challenging to get along underneath here, the clearance. I've been using the Sawzall, but I don't really use the Sawzall, so I started just chiseling my way in.
This chisel and hammer, and it's been working, so I'm trying to continue with that process. So if you see here, it's a bit challenging, but I'm willing
to go through the extra to avoid dealing with the Sawzall, because the Sawzall is damaging alongside the wall. If you can see that up here. Okay, so the Sawzall is the side of the rail of the Sawzall is damaging as I cut along. So I'd rather not use the Sawzall. But if you have to, then by all means, go ahead and do it. I'm gonna do it this way. I don't have a edge saw, or I would have used that. So you do what's gonna work for you. As you can see, I'm just doing whatever I can. So, this is actually giving me a hard time. I did chip this out with the chisel. Let me see what happens here.
I have to go back to the Sawzall, but I don't want to. So that's what I need is I need to break off right there. That's what I need. So
It seems like a bit much, but for me right now, it's worth it to go through this. See that? So that's good. Trying. All right, so I'm okay with that. Yeah, I might just use the Sawzall just in a couple areas, because now I'm under the. Hang on a second. Yeah, I'm under the track here that this wall is built on. I don't want to take too much. I don't want to take the support from under there. So I'll probably grab the Sawzall and just do this piece here. Maybe a little piece here. Everything else looks fine. And then for down here, I don't know. Guys, I really don't want to use that Sawzall, but this chisel now is becoming a little bit more challenging than it was when I was up there.
maybe because that wood up there was damaged. So yeah, I'll probably go to the Sawzall and just cut off those tips. But you do what works for you, or what makes sense. Okay, so once we started cleaning up the area up there, once we get the end off here, I'll finish cleaning up the rest of these boards, and then we can start taking measurements to put down the next plywood layer.
Okay guys, so here we go. We got all the trims up, the edges. So now we're ready for the next layer of plywood. Got all the trims. Okay. So folks, as you can see, we've now cleaned all the edges up. Everything's been cleaned up. We put down second layer of flooring, subflooring. or underlayment. We'll have to put another piece over there. You can see where it's missing. We put some foam, liquid foam we sprayed in there to seal up any cracks that are in there. Okay. So I got the rest of this to do. So I'm using general purpose screws. I don't want to use the regular sheetrock screws, so I'm using these general purpose gold screws. They have a pretty good bite. So I'm going to continue screwing these down. Then when I'm done, I'll show you how I put down the next set of plywood, the other pieces of plywood. Okay, so that went in much better. Didn't seem like I was getting a good bite. So I went and got this bit. Okay. This was a little bit crooked. Trying to avoid doing that. The good thing is you can countersink these. You can countersink these screws if you want. These issues. Folks, I'm sorry. I kind of plowed through the laying down of this plywood. I didn't go through step by step, and the reason why is I had a little tough time with it. Getting around the corners, getting underneath the doorway. But anyway, got the plywood down. It's basically you just need to just put your plywood down, cut it, measure it, cut it, drop it in. Try not to get it too close to the edges. Try to leave some sort of a gap for expansion. As I do along the corner here is best. Maybe I should have left a little bit more, but anyway, I left what I could in between there, and I have some of the foam in there. If you hold on, I'll show you some of the problems I was talking about. So I got down to here, and I'm a little bit short of plywood. You can see the knots here that ended up going in, I guess, upside down. Same difference, it's wood. But I'll cut this piece here and put that in. I may have to piece that together, but that's okay. We'll get that done, and then we'll be ready for the finished flooring to start going down. But looks pretty good. All right, so I'll show you. I'll be back after we get that little piece in, and when we're putting down the flooring. Again, I had to. If I can, let me see if I can zoom in here. When I got down here, I had to go under. If you can see the trim, I had to cut the trim and go under. Same thing here, and around here. There's actually, and this is just some caulking, cutting underneath, and then just sliding it under. Okay, so that's that. I'll get back to you once we get through. I'll show you here. I fell right where the beam is, So you can see I had something to grip into, something to bite into. So the next piece that goes down will be the same. It will be on the other half of the beam. Over here, same thing. I'm on half of the beam. This beam is about 3 inches. So the next piece will be on the other half of the beam. And yeah, that'll be it. I may put something in between this subflooring that's down here. I don't know yet. Wherever I did have gaps, like here, maybe there's a sliver. You could put something in between there. I'll put some cork or some of the foam insulation. I'll put something in there. Don't need to put anything in there, but I'll put something in there just as a sound barrier and, you know, any cold air or wind. Okay. So folks, I want to show you that the wall turned out to be crooked. So if you see this pin line across the floor, I see down there, if you look at it, down here, it starts off pretty much a full measurement of planking. Okay, so I'll put this behind here to keep it even. And as you can see, it starts to go off the line. So the further we go down that way, the further off the line it becomes. So what that means is, you know, I have to make an adjustment at the back until everything in the front here is flush with this line all the way down. So if we move this up, just to try to show you, hopefully you can see this. If we move this up, see how much is off the line? But the line is square with the step. So that's what we want to do, is maintain, you know, a square line. Be sure to come back for part 2 of the series of Pergo Outlast installation.